Hey, I'll be working late again today, so don't bother with dinner.
What? Late again?
What's with that reaction? I'm always working late, aren't I?
Yeah, but today's my birthday.
You didn't mention anything about plans.
I thought it was obvious we'd spend time together. We always have.
Huh? So what?
We've celebrated my birthday together for the past 5 years.
Like I said, so what?
Even if you forgot today was my birthday, you could at least pretend to care. It just slipped your mind, didn't it?
Of course I remember it's your birthday. You're turning 40 today. But there's no point in celebrating some middle-aged woman's birthday.
Excuse me?
What? You're acting like I said something wrong.
You've never talked to me like this before.
Don't tell me you wanted to celebrate together. Stop acting so excited about aging another year when you're just an old hag in your 40s.
What did you just say?
Why are you getting so worked up?
Because my husband is suddenly treating me like I'm worthless.
I mean, I'd understand celebrating if it was some cute girl in her teens or 20s. But what's fun about celebrating a 40-year-old's birthday? I didn't even feel like getting you a present.
People can enjoy their birthdays at any age, and you're being awful, calling me an old hag over and over. I can't believe you talked to your wife like that.
Last year you didn't make such a big deal about your birthday.
Last year you brought me flowers and took me to dinner.
Yeah, well, that was then. This is now. Ugh, to think my wife is some woman in her 40s. Why did I even marry an older woman? I wish I could go back to before we got married.
What? Are you saying you regret marrying me?
What else do you think I meant?
After 5 years together, this is how you really feel?
Obviously. It's hard looking at your bare face every morning, and your body's all saggy now. Having a wife like you, all I have is regret. Once you're in your 40s, doing your makeup won't be enough to cover up how old you are.
How could you?
You asked how I really feel, didn't you? I'm just being honest.
I never asked to be insulted.
Man, all my friends have young, cute wives and seem so happy. Why did I end up marrying someone 7 years older than me?
What's with that attitude? You're the one who pursued me, saying you liked older women.
Huh?
You chased me for months, said you loved my maturity. In the beginning, I was concerned about our 7-year age gap too, but you said I don't mind at all. You convinced me that it didn't really matter how old we both were. That's why I gathered the courage to marry you. Why have you gotten so cold towards me since we got married?
I was just going through an older woman phase back then. People's preferences change over time, don't they?
A phase? Our marriage was just a phase to you? So I'm not your type anymore? You don't love me anymore?
Do you really need me to spell it out?
Yes, actually, I deserve that much.
Stop being so annoying when you're just an old hag. Anyway, I'm going back to work. You can celebrate your birthday by yourself.
Tom, we need to talk about this. At least tell me what changed. Tom? Happy birthday, Sarah. Finally joining the 40s club. I've been waiting ever since my birthday came first. Thanks, Kate. It's nice to have friends who still celebrate with you at this age. Don't say it like that. 40 is the new 30. I wish Tom felt that way. Doesn't he? Hey, we should celebrate with some drinks soon. For now, enjoy your evening with Tom. Actually, I'm alone tonight. Looks like my 40th birthday is starting with a lonely evening. Oh, really? Did something happen? He's working late again. Hey, why don't you join me for dinner? We could go get some nice wine to celebrate my birthday. I'm up for it, but what about Tom? Aren't you two celebrating together? He says he's working late again. Plus, he told me there's no point in celebrating a 40-year-old's birthday. He said what? Want to hear something worse? Tell me everything. He said I shouldn't get excited about something like a birthday at 40. He didn't even get me a present and doesn't want to celebrate. You're kidding, right? You can enjoy your birthday at any age. That's what I thought too, but Tom seems to think differently. About that, there's something you should know. What is it? What's this about working late? That's strange. Considering how quickly he left the office today, he clocked out at 5 p.m. right on the dot. What? You saw Tom leaving work on time? I was going to tell you the next time we met, but I actually changed jobs, and coincidentally, now I work at Tom's company. Really? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I just started last week. I was planning to surprise you. Though we're not on the same floor, I'm actually his superior. And today I saw him leaving earlier than anyone else. I thought it was sweet, assuming he was rushing home for your birthday celebration. Well, he's definitely not at work right now. Hey, can I ask something? How much overtime do people usually do at the company? Oh, why are you asking that? Tom's been staying late at work a lot lately, including tonight. I hate to be suspicious, but I wonder if he's really working. Sarah, I need to be honest with you. What is it? To be honest, hardly anyone works overtime. The company has a 0 overtime policy, and upper management works hard to maintain that. That's one of the reasons I chose to transfer here. What? Then where has he been going all this time? He's not at work right now, is he? No, he's definitely not here. Has this been happening often? I've only been here a week, but... But what? He's left early every day this week. And he told me he was working late every single one of those days. We have to look into this, but first, let's spend tonight together. It's your birthday, we should celebrate. I just made a reservation at this great wine bar I know. Thanks, Kate. And Sarah? Yes? Whatever's going on with Tom, we'll figure it out together. You should celebrate your birthday to the fullest, no matter your age. Tomorrow's your day off, so let's drink to our heart's content tonight. Forget about Tom. You're right, better than sitting here alone. I'll pick you up in 30 minutes. Thanks, Kate, I really needed this today. That's what friends are for. And Sarah? Yes? Save those messages from Tom, just in case. You think something's really wrong, don't you? Let's talk about it over wine. I'll be there soon.
Sarah, we're getting divorced. I'll let you off the hook for alimony, so just sign the divorce papers right now.
What? You can't just announce something like this out of nowhere.
I left the divorce papers in the living room cabinet. I won't be coming home today, so use that time to sign them and submit them.
You left early this morning just to message me something like this? And what's this about letting me off the hook for alimony? I haven't done anything that would require me to pay you.
Being old isn't enough?
Being old isn't grounds for divorce.
What? You've done plenty. You're 7 years older than me, an old hag. You made me feel embarrassed countless times because of that.
Excuse me? Name one time I embarrassed you.
Do you know how much I've been laughed at because you became my wife? My friends are always bragging about their young wives. Do you know how humiliating that's been?
Your friends knew my age when we got married. So what if your wife is older? You could have just said my wife is an amazing woman and stood up for me.
Ha! What's so amazing about you? There's nothing praiseworthy about a 40-year-old hag.
That's enough. You have been nothing but insulting lately. Didn't you used to say older women were more attractive and mature? You used to compliment me all the time.
Maybe that was fine back then, but things are different now. You're too settled down. It's boring being with you.
What? So I'm boring now?
Women should be charming, energetic, and cute. And it's even better if their skin is soft and smooth.
Sorry I'm not soft and smooth anymore.
Yeah, your skin is all rough and saggy.
I've been trying my best to keep up with you despite my age. I take care of my appearance and spend a lot of money on skincare.
Still, you can't compete with someone in their real 20s. May's skin is like heaven compared to yours.
Who's May?
Actually, I already have my next partner. She's a cute junior who joined the company as a new graduate this year. Once I divorce you, I'll be with someone in their 20s.
What? You're the one who should be paying alimony. So you've been fooling around with someone in their 20s, a junior at your company, no less. You're completely at fault. Is this where you've been all those late nights?
Why should I pay anything? If you weren't an old hag, I wouldn't have cheated. So basically, this isn't my fault, and I don't need to pay anything.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, did I say something wrong?
Let me get this straight. You cheated and somehow it's my fault?
You got old. What else was I supposed to do?
Fine. I didn't realize you were such a dishonest person. Since you already have your next woman lined up, we might as well divorce.
For an old hag, you're being pretty reasonable. Old people are usually so stubborn.
Let's just say I'm good at moving on. That's something you learn with age. I'll go submit the divorce papers right away.
Great, thanks. Make sure you pack your stuff and move out right away.
What?
Obviously, we're getting divorced. This apartment is leased under my name. Once we're divorced, my ex-wife has no right to live here. I'm going to live here with my girlfriend, so you need to get out.
Excuse me? Aren't you the one who should be moving out?
Huh?
Don't tell me you've misunderstood something this important. This apartment is leased under my name.
What are you talking about? You're the one who's confused. We rented this apartment under my name when we got married.
Well, that was the original plan, but don't you remember? The landlord rejected you. That's why we had to quickly change it to my name.
What?
Check the lease agreement if you don't believe me.
There's no way.
This apartment has a great location, and the rent reflects that. With my higher salary as the older one, I could easily afford it. But it would have been a stretch with your income. Remember how the real estate agent said the lease had to be under the name of the person with the higher income?
Now that you mention it, I think the real estate agent did say something like that.
So this apartment is leased under my name. In other words, to use your own words, my cheating ex-husband has no right to live here.
No way, you're lying.
Want me to show you the paperwork? So you'll be the one moving out. I'll submit the divorce papers and you can go look for a new place with your mistress. I'll have your things sent there.
Oh no, this is terrible. She was looking forward to living in this apartment.
Oh really? Well, that's not my problem.
Please, I need you to move out. Let me take over the lease.
Why don't you just rent another apartment? You don't have to be fixated on this one.
Only lower floor units are available now. This is a pretty popular building, and she insists on this one. She fell in love with the view when I brought her here the other day.
Ugh, disgusting. You brought her to our apartment? This place suddenly feels dirty.
Then you should definitely move out. I'll pay for all the moving expenses.
And the alimony too, of course. If you pay for everything, I might consider moving. Whatever the reason, cheating is cheating. If you want a divorce, you're absolutely paying alimony. If you can't accept these terms, I won't leave this apartment.
How much are we talking about?
Enough to cover a new apartment, moving expenses, and compensation for breaking our marriage contract.
Fine, I'll pay everything. I'll pay it all. Just please give us this apartment.
Then we have a deal. I'll go submit the divorce papers right away. Oh, and Tom?
What now?
I hope the view is worth it. So, you're Tom's ex-wife. You're the greedy old hag who stole all his money. How dare you make my Tom suffer? Huh, so you must be Tom's mistress. Don't call me that. I am nothing like you. Oh, and what am I like exactly? I am Tom's wife now. We registered our marriage yesterday, and we're living together starting today. Is that so? Well, congratulations. I don't want congratulations from some old hag. If you're going to say anything, how about returning the money? Money? I haven't borrowed anything from him. Stop playing dumb. I really have no idea what you're talking about. Tom told me everything. How you threw a tantrum because you didn't want to leave the apartment. How you extorted a huge sum of money from him. Poor Tom had to lose so much money just to get rid of his ex-wife. Oh, so that's how he explained it? What's that supposed to mean? Did he tell you why he paid? Because you threatened him. You were trying to get revenge, weren't you? But your petty old lady tricks won't work on us. What's so funny? Just remembering what it was like to be young and naive. Money can always be earned again, and we both work for a major company. Unlike you, we're still young. We'll get regular raises and eventually become a power couple. You can just keep collecting your retirement money, you divorced old hag. My, young people really are fearless, aren't they? Or maybe just optimistic, or should I say completely clueless. You're definitely showing your age, little girl. What did you say? Don't talk down to me just because you're older. You probably think everything's going to work out perfectly, don't you? Stealing a husband from a 40-year-old woman living in your dream apartment as newlyweds. But you know, life doesn't always go the way you plan, though I suppose a stupid little girl like you wouldn't understand that yet. You're not making any sense, and stop calling me a little girl. I am a successful career woman. Tom and I are going to have a perfect life with 120% happiness. We'll be together at work, together at home, and I am so happy being with the person I love 24/7. About that work situation, I hate to break it to you, but you're both about to get fired. What? You're lying. Wait and see. Why would we get fired? You're seriously not making any sense. Wait, is this early onset dementia or something? What an incredibly rude little girl. But I suppose you're a perfect match for a cheater. Take that back. Why, it's true, isn't it? We did nothing wrong. Really? Nothing at all? What are you implying? You'll find out the details at work. See you. Wait, what do you mean? Answer me. Hello? I delivered the termination notices this morning as planned. They both went completely pale. I even gave them a warning, but I guess they weren't prepared. You should have seen their faces. Tell me everything. May started crying. Tom just kept stammering excuses. I couldn't believe Tom's affair partner was someone from the same company. Thanks for letting me know right away. When you told me, I had a bad feeling, so I investigated. They were doing whatever they wanted during work hours. We don't need employees who aren't serious about their work. So I'm glad we could handle this. They must have been pretty reckless to get caught in just a few days. They thought they were being subtle. How bad was it? They were chatting during work hours, using meeting rooms for personal use, and even having their rendezvous there. When I presented all the evidence, they quickly accepted the termination. I can't believe they were doing things like that at work. Neither could HR. Besides, I personally had issues with May. Thanks to this, I finally got to deal with her. Oh, really? That girl was quite problematic. She looked down on older female employees just because she was young. I was a particular target since I'm still single, and even though I was her superior, she often disrespected me. What a terrifying girl. You have no idea. She once told me I should hurry and get married before it's too late. At work? During a team meeting. Oh, God. Yep, once things settle down, we should have a congratulations on your divorce party. Or maybe a housewarming party for your new place. After all, you got quite a nice place with Tom's money, didn't you? It's bigger than my old place, and I really love it. I'll prepare some great food and drinks, so you should definitely come visit. Looking forward to seeing it. See you then.
Hey, Sarah? If possible, could you lend us some money?
What?
Please, we're desperate.
And you're asking me?
You got quite a bit from me with the alimony and moving expenses, so couldn't you lend us a little? We're both unemployed and struggling with rent. We'll pay you back as soon as we find new jobs.
I'm going to have to firmly decline. I won't lend you two a single penny.
Come on, you used to always grant my request. Where did that kind person go?
That was because you were my husband. I was kind and did everything for you because we were family. Plus, I wanted to be a good older wife, but now we're divorced. We're strangers.
We have history together.
History you threw away.
Yeah, but we only just got divorced. Don't turn cold so suddenly.
But you were praising me earlier for being such an understanding old hag. I understand my position now that we're divorced very well. This must make you happy.
Well, that's... Please, Sarah, just this once.
Ask your young wife's parents.
They won't help us.
Neither will I. Well, I guess we're done here. Enjoy your unemployed newlywed life with May.
Sarah, wait!
Eventually, Tom and May had to leave the apartment they'd fought so hard to get. They frantically searched for new jobs, but their salaries dropped by 30%. Between the property division, alimony, and moving expenses, Tom was left practically penniless. May, being a fresh graduate, had almost no savings, making it impossible to afford the rent at the premium apartment. They ended up living in a small apartment, living quite modestly. As for me, I moved to an apartment near where my friend Kate lives, and we spend our weekends visiting each other's places, drinking and having fun on our days off.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Nick, where are you? It's past midnight already. Everyone's been asking where you went. The wedding planner wanted to talk to us both before leaving. The reception ended hours ago. Your parents were worried when you disappeared. They wanted a final photo with both of us. Please respond. I'm getting worried. Did something happen? At least let me know you're okay.
Aw, shoot, I missed the last train.
You've got to be kidding me. The groom disappearing after the wedding reception? No contact either? Where have you been all this time? The venue staff kept asking if everything was okay. I have been calling and texting you for hours. Your phone wasn't dead because it was ringing. You were just ignoring my calls, weren't you?
Sorry. I was helping a drunk friend get to his hotel.
I don't remember anyone being that drunk. Everyone seemed fine when they left the reception. Who was it? Maybe we can help together. Just tell me where you are. Which hotel? I can call a taxi for you both.
No, it's okay. He's the type that doesn't show it, but I can tell since I'm his friend. Then I met up with some other friends, and they were insisting on another round, so we're having an after party with just the guys.
Which friends? Maybe I can contact them. Are you at a bar? I can come get you. Is it the guys from your department?
Don't worry about it, just some college buddies.
Then why didn't you contact me? You disappeared suddenly, and I was worried when I couldn't reach you. You could have at least sent a quick message. Even just "I'm okay" would have been enough. That's all I needed. It's our wedding night, Nick. Our first night as husband and wife. We were supposed to leave together. Everyone noticed you were gone. I've been sitting here in my wedding dress waiting for you. I didn't even change because I thought you'd be back any minute. My makeup is ruined from crying, but you wouldn't know that because you're not here.
That's why I said I'm sorry. I mean, I'm today's main character, right? Had to keep the party going. Didn't have time to check my phone.
Main character? What about your wife? Did you forget there are two main characters in a wedding? I had to make excuses for you, pretending everything was fine. I have been facing all our relatives' questions about where you went. Your mother kept asking if we had a fight. Do you know how embarrassing that was? Everyone was whispering and staring at me. The lonely bride on her wedding night. Is this how our marriage starts? With me making excuses for you?
Come on, it's just one night. Can't you please let it slide?
Well, I guess I'll let it slide today. Just take a taxi home now. I'll even pay for it.
Actually, everyone still wants to keep drinking.
Really? After drinking all evening at the reception? It's almost 1 a.m. Aren't you tired? We've been up since dawn.
And one of my friends lives nearby, so we're gonna drink at his place. We'll probably party until morning, so don't worry about me. You should go to bed, Emily.
Are you sure it's okay to drink that much? We're supposed to move your things tomorrow. We took the day off for that. You already drank so much at the reception. We planned this weeks ago. The moving company is coming at 10. We can't reschedule again. I cleared my whole schedule for this.
It's fine. I mean, we're just moving my stuff to your place, and I've already packed everything, so it'll be easy.
You haven't even started packing. I was at your place yesterday. Your closet was still full, and there wasn't a single box ready. We were supposed to pack together today after the ceremony. That was the plan we made. Should I call and reschedule the movers? They might charge a cancellation fee.
Don't worry so much. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
Well, if you say so, but don't drink too much. You get sick when you drink too much. At least tell me which friend's place you're at, just in case something happens.
Leave it to me. Well, my friends are calling, so I'll see you later. Today's wedding was really perfect.
Nick, at least text me the address. I won't come unless there's an emergency. Please be safe. Emily, yesterday's wedding was beautiful. Looking forward to being family now. And you looked stunning in that dress. You were glowing. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming back to the country for our wedding. It meant so much to have you there. Thank you for attending despite your busy work schedule. I know how hard it is to get time off from your company, especially this time of year. Don't worry about it at all. The head office was telling me it was time to make an appearance anyway. But about my brother Nick, did he make it home? I noticed he disappeared quite early. Oh, no, he actually never came home last night. He said he was out drinking with friends. Still haven't heard from him this morning either. Not a single message. Oh, really? Actually, I was with some friends at the wedding too. I saw Nick and I got a bad feeling. I wasn't sure if I should say anything. I feel responsible. But as your sister-in-law now, I debated whether to tell you this. I felt sick keeping this from you. You deserve to know as a family. Well, Nick still hasn't come home. After the reception where we were drinking with friends, he went off to another party with his male friends. And then apparently they went drinking at a friend's house, so I think he's probably still sleeping there. Because of that, today's moving plans are impossible. I tried calling several times. It just keeps ringing. He's not answering any calls now either. I had to cancel the movers. Lost the deposit, too. He said that he's with his male friends. Oh, no. Emily, about that, there's something you need to know. Emily, when exactly did he leave the reception? Was it right after the cake cutting? Around 11 p.m. Said he was helping a drunk friend. He just disappeared after talking on his phone. What was that bad feeling you mentioned? Was Nick drinking strangely or something? Did you notice anything odd? Was he acting strange? Please tell me. This is hard to say, but I'll be direct. I actually saw him walking with a girl. They were holding hands. What? Nick was? When? Where? Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Are you sure it was him? Could it have been someone else? There weren't any male friends around at all. In fact, they clearly looked like a couple. It was around 11:30 near the station. He was still in his wedding suit. The blue tie you picked out. Was he really at another party? I saw which direction they went. No way. So he lied and was drinking with a girl on our wedding night? How could he do this? Did you see who she was? Was it someone from the wedding? Could it have been a relative, maybe? Please just tell me it was a relative. I wish I didn't have to think this way, but I know all our relatives. And maybe I saw wrong, but I couldn't keep it to myself. You deserve to know. But Emily, the way they were acting, the way he was holding her hand, the way they were walking close, it wasn't like family at all. I know my brother, and this was different. I'm sorry I have to say this to you. I feel horrible being the one to tell you. On your wedding night. No, thank you for telling me something so difficult to say. You're right, I needed to know this. I had a feeling something was wrong. He's been acting strange for weeks, being distant and distracted, constantly checking his phone, working late suddenly, new projects he never explained, making excuses not to come home, canceling our dates, missing wedding planning meetings. I see. But I'm always on your side, Emily. I'll have to go back abroad soon for work, but I'll come help anytime you need anything. You can count on me. I won't let him hurt you. Thank you. I'll count on you if something happens. I might need that help sooner than later. Sarah, have you noticed anything else strange recently? Anything at all? Well, now that you mention it, I didn't want to worry you before the wedding, but since you're asking, I did see him at a restaurant last month when I was back, with someone. He was with a woman from his office. They seemed close. His office? Do you remember what she looked like? Was she pretty? Young? Young, maybe mid-20s, long black hair. I thought it was just a work meeting at the time, but now... That must be why he insisted on separate wedding invitations for his office. He said it was company policy. I should have known. Emily, if you need help gathering evidence, I know people who can help. Actually, Sarah, I might need your help with something. I have an idea. Tell me what you need. I'm good at investigating, and I have resources. I won't let him get away with this. Let me think about it. I have an idea forming. Something to catch him red-handed. Take your time. I'm here for a week. We'll make sure we have proof. Thank you, Sarah. Really, I don't know what I'd do without you. That's what sisters are for. Even if the wedding didn't make us sisters-in-law, you're still family to me. You'll always be my sister, no matter what happens. We'll handle this together. I'll let you know my plans soon. Once I work out the details. I'll be ready. And Emily? Yes? Document everything. Every message, every call, every excuse. Screenshot everything. Save the call logs. Already started. Last night's messages are all saved. I took pictures of the timestamp when he didn't come home. Good. We might need them later. For the divorce. Nick, where are you? It's almost time for our flight. How many hours has it been since you went home to get something you forgot? The check-in counter opens in 30 minutes. We need to be there early. Why aren't you answering your phone? The taxi is already here. The driver is waiting. Check-in closes in an hour. We'll miss our flight at this rate. Nick, please answer.
Sorry, Emily. I definitely won't make it in time for the flight.
What did you say? You can't be serious. Tell me this is a joke. We've been planning this for months. Everything is booked. Everything is paid for.
Actually, right after I got home to get what I forgot, I got a call from work. There's an emergency, and they called me in.
You're joking. Today is the start of our honeymoon. They're calling you in at a time like this? You took approved vacation days. The whole department knew about this. We've been planning this vacation for months. I already exchanged the currency. All the reservations were made. The hotels are non-refundable. The tours are booked.
Can't be helped if there's an emergency.
But couldn't they contact someone else instead of someone about to leave for their honeymoon? You took vacation for this. There must be other people working normally at the office. Your manager approved this weeks ago. It's literally our honeymoon. What kind of emergency requires specifically you on a Sunday when you're supposed to be off? The office isn't even open today.
They said only I can fix it. Apparently it's affecting my clients too.
Which client? You told me all your big clients were handled. I thought your biggest client was on holiday. You said everything was wrapped up.
It's a different one. You wouldn't know them.
No way. Then what about our honeymoon? I was really looking forward to it. We planned every detail together. I already exchanged currency. I spent hours researching places, packed everything, made all the arrangements.
Don't worry about me. Just enjoy the honeymoon by yourself.
What did you say? Did you just suggest that? Are you actually suggesting I go on our honeymoon alone? Have you lost your mind?
I mean, I definitely won't make the flight, and I don't know when this problem will be resolved, but I'd feel bad making you adjust to my schedule.
You don't need to worry about that. I'd feel lonelier going on our honeymoon alone. If that's the case, I'll just cancel everything right now. It's meant to be our first trip as a married couple.
What?
I'm calling the airline. The number's right here. I'll cancel the hotels, too. Better to lose the deposits than go alone. I'm sure you can solve the problem today. Let's change the honeymoon to a domestic trip. We can go to a hot spring or something starting tomorrow. I can make new bookings. Find somewhere else. There are plenty of nice places nearby.
No. I'd feel too bad about that. I'll be fine, so just go enjoy the honeymoon.
But I can't enjoy it alone, and you don't need to feel bad, so don't worry. I'll head home now. The taxi can take me there instead. Maybe I can help with whatever work emergency it is. I used to work in your industry, remember? 2 heads are better than 1.
What? Don't mess around. Absolutely do not come home. Just get on the plane by yourself.
Huh? That's an odd reaction. Why are you so adamant about me not coming home? You're being really suspicious.
No, I feel bad making you compromise because of me. Don't worry about me and go by yourself. It's an overseas honeymoon after all.
All right, I understand. By the way, where exactly are you right now? Which office are you at?
At the head office, of course.
I see. The empty Sunday office?
It can't be helped since it's work. I'm frustrated too, honestly. So, Emily, enjoy enough for my share too. I'll be working and waiting for you to return.
Yes, I understand. Well then, take care of the house with your sister for a week.
Huh?
Oh, I got a message from Sarah. She said she should be arriving soon. By the way, Nick, you're at work now after being called in, right? Good thing I gave Sarah the spare key. She's almost there.
Hey, what's this about spending a week with my sister? When did this get decided? Why is she coming?
Actually, I decided to let Sarah stay at our place while we're on our honeymoon. Sarah needs to go to the head office for exactly a week starting this week. She's looking forward to spending time with you. Quality sibling time, since you haven't seen each other much, even at the wedding.
Huh? What do you mean lending out our place? I never heard about this. Can't she stay at a hotel? There are plenty of hotels around here. Why does it have to be our place?
Sorry, I completely forgot to tell you. Or did I tell you? You've been so distracted lately. Always on your phone during dinner. Not paying attention.
Huh?
And during our trip, we're staying at Sarah's place, right? That much is okay. That she offered us.
Huh?
You didn't hear about that either? No. I definitely told you that. You just weren't listening when I was talking. You were too busy texting under the table. Like you always are lately.
Huh?
You dumped all the honeymoon preparations on me, using work as an excuse, and even when I reported things to you, you were always just looking at your phone. Every single time.
Did you really tell me?
Looks like you don't even know where we're going for our honeymoon. Want to guess?
Of course I know that. It's Hawaii, right?
No, it's not. We changed it from Hawaii to France quite early on, weeks ago.
Huh? Did we?
Anyway, we had decided to go abroad for our honeymoon, right? But neither of us had overseas travel experience, so I consulted Sarah, who has lots of international experience.
You asked my sister?
Turns out she was staying in France for work at the time. She said if we were coming there, she'd help with arrangements and showing us around. So we decided to take her up on the offer and go to France.
Oh, now that you mention it, I think I remember something like that.
But then soon after, Sarah had to return to Japan for work. She suggested we could use her place instead of a hotel. It's in the city center, so it's good for sightseeing, and we'd save so much on accommodation costs. In exchange, we're lending her our place while she's back. Apparently, our place is really close to her company.
This can't be happening. So my sister is really coming to our place?
I gave her the spare key using a coin locker. She just said she arrived at the station near our place. She'll be at the house soon.
Oh, no. This is bad. This is really bad. If my sister comes to the house now, it's definitely over.
What's going to be over? I'd understand if it was my parents, but it's just your sister staying over.
Yeah, but it's not like that.
Oh, she says she's arrived. She's at the convenience store near our apartment now.
Please, I'm begging you, tell her not to come in. It's really impossible right now. Tell her to come back in at least an hour.
Huh? Why? We cleaned thoroughly yesterday. There's no need to rush around cleaning just because Sarah's coming. Well, I need to board my flight soon, so take care of the house with Sarah. Did you arrive safely in France? Must have been a long flight. I hope you got some rest on the flight. Just landed? Yes, I'm just heading to your place now. The flight was okay. I barely slept, though. The taxi driver knows where to go. Your directions were perfect. That's good. By the way, as predicted, I secured evidence of my idiot brother's affair. Everything you suspected was true. So he really did bring his mistress home? To our home? I had hoped somehow we were wrong, that there was another explanation. Want me to tell you what happened? I have all the details, though some of it might be hard to hear. Yes, go ahead and tell me everything. I need to know the truth, no matter how much it hurts. Well, when I arrived at your house, I came in quietly with my key. They didn't hear me either. I heard voices from the bathroom. They were occupied. Very occupied. In our bathroom? The one we just renovated? I feel sick. I started recording before I even opened the front door. Got footage of them rushing out of the bathroom in a panic. I also have audio of him admitting to the affair, and I made you a copy of the mistress's ID. Thank you for getting the evidence. I can't believe this is real. I can't believe he actually brought her to our home while trying to get me to go on our honeymoon alone. Did you recognize her? Is it who we thought? Yes, she's from his department. The one I saw him with before, the new hire from last spring. The one he mentored when she started. The one he mentored? He spent so many late nights helping her. Exactly. As expected of Sarah, I'm in awe of how quickly you work. You got everything we need. Oh, stop it. This was child's play. Besides, you came up with this plan. I just helped execute it. The trap was perfect. You knew he'd panic and rush home when you mentioned I was coming. You read him perfectly. No way. It was because you told me what you saw at the wedding. After that, there were lots of other suspicious things. I thought he'd at least choose me for the honeymoon, but I never expected him to put on such a poor act to cancel it. His excuses were so obvious. Who has emergencies on a Sunday? He didn't even try to make it believable, and now we know why. Want to know what he said when I confronted him? It's almost funny how bad his lies were. Tell me. I need to know everything. He actually tried to claim she was helping him clean in a bath towel at 9 a.m. on a Sunday when he was supposed to be at work. In our home, where we just started living together? How pathetic. I'll keep watch over those two while I'm here. So, Emily, just enjoy your trip to France. I'll arrange everything so you can file for divorce as soon as you return. I've already contacted a lawyer. They're ready to move fast, and I've documented everything, every detail. Thank you so much for everything. Then I'll take you up on that offer and refresh myself in France. I'll build up my energy for the divorce when I return. I need this time away. I can't believe how stupid I was. All the signs were there. Don't blame yourself. None of this is your fault. He's the one who threw everything away. He's the one who made these choices. How long do you think it's been going on? Was it happening during our engagement? Based on what I heard them arguing about, when I was recording, at least 6 months, maybe longer. Before the wedding? While I was planning everything? Yes, I'm sorry, Emily. They were fighting about it. She wanted him to cancel the wedding. No, I needed to know this. Every ugly detail. Thank you for being honest with me. No more lies. Try to enjoy France, okay? The cafes near my apartment are amazing. I left you recommendations and some spending money. I will. And Sarah, one more thing. Yes? Thank you for being my sister, even if he's not my husband anymore. You're the family I want to keep. Always. Now, go eat some croissants. And drink some wine. You deserve it. I will. Keep me updated if anything major happens, but not too many details. I need some peace first. Of course, but for now, just focus on yourself. Let me handle everything here. You just heal.
I'm really sorry, but it wasn't serious. It was just a momentary lapse in judgment. Please respond, Emily. You're not even reading my messages. I know you're there. We can work this out. I made a stupid mistake.
What? A momentary lapse? Canceling our honeymoon? Bringing your mistress to our home? This was all clearly premeditated. How is any of this a momentary lapse? You planned the whole thing. You tried to send me away. You wanted to be with her instead of me. On our honeymoon, in our home.
No, that's not... Well, yes, it was planned, but the affair itself was just a lapse. Just a bit of fun, really. She doesn't mean anything. I never meant to hurt you. You're my wife.
You can have a bit of fun carrying on an affair for 6 months? And with a junior colleague right before our engagement, you sure like risky games. While I was planning our wedding, while I was picking out my dress, was any of it real?
How do you know she's a junior colleague? Who told you? Has she been talking to you?
Sarah investigated everything in her spare time. She's been keeping me updated with new information as it comes in. This researchability and speed, as expected of a career woman who works all over the world. She's very thorough. She has proof of everything. Want to know what else I know? Should I start listing it all?
No way! What exactly do you know?
I'm filing for divorce as soon as I get back. Start preparing the settlement money and get out of that house. I want every trace of you gone. I want you gone before I return. Pack your things, all of them.
What? I'm getting kicked out? You can't do this! Where am I supposed to go? That's our home!
Of course, that house was originally mine where I lived. You only moved in when we got married. Check the lease agreement. It's in my name. You barely even finished unpacking. Though now I know why you were dragging your feet about moving in. You never planned to stay, did you?
Yeah, but in this situation, I can't go back to my parents' house. They'll never understand. They'll disown me. Have some compassion.
Oh, right. That move got delayed because of you too. We were supposed to move the day after the wedding, but it got postponed because you were supposedly drinking all night with your male friends.
I'm sorry about that time, too. I caused so much trouble. I'm truly sorry.
That's wrong. You should say, I'm sorry I was with my mistress that time too, right?
Huh? How do you know about that, too?
Sarah told me about that too. She happened to see you two while she was drinking with friends, so I've been suspecting you since then.
Oh.
But I wanted to believe in you if I could. I was willing to overlook the affair from before the marriage. If you had only looked at me, your wife, after that, it would have been fine. But Nick, you were still obsessed with your mistress all this time.
I'm really sorry. I'll break up with her right away, so please don't talk about divorce.
If you didn't want a divorce, you shouldn't have had an affair. No matter how many times you apologize, it doesn't matter. I'm filing for divorce as soon as I get back, and I am demanding compensation. After that, you can marry your mistress, who is more important than your wife.
That's impossible! She has a fiancé!
Of course I knew that, and apparently he's your senior at work.
What? My sister found that out too?
Seems like she finished today's work early. She went straight to your company after.
Oh, no!
She called in the higher-ups and exposed your affair. Then your senior burst into the conference room. He said, "She's my fiancé. Tell me everything, too."
It's over. I never thought my senior would find out. What should I do? What should I do? The company knows, too. My life is really over now.
My life is over because of you. I wish I had never married you. You're going to take responsibility for that. Get ready for when I return.
Emily, I wanted to talk about the settlement money if you have time.
Oh, suddenly interested in the settlement? What's going on? Did something happen at work?
I accept that this is entirely my fault, and I'll accept both the divorce and the settlement. But could we make the settlement around $5,000?
What? Are you joking after everything you've done?
Please, my sister told me to be prepared for $50,000. She said that's only natural after ruining a woman's life, but I don't have that kind of money. I can't pay that much.
I don't care about your circumstances. Take out loans or sell your organs if you have to, but you're paying.
Don't say such scary things. I might have to pay the company money, too. I really don't have any money.
The company, too? What did you do now? What else have you done?
Oh, haven't you heard about that from my sister yet?
No, Sarah's being considerate. She sent me all the information up until yesterday. She said she'd organize the rest and tell me when I got back. She told me to just enjoy my trip quietly from today.
I'm sorry for contacting you then, but please make my settlement $5,000.
Absolutely not. More importantly, why might you have to pay the company? What happened?
Today, when my sister came to my company, the department head checked my company car. They had installed dash cams in all vehicles this year, and wouldn't you know it, all my affair evidence was recorded on the dash cam. Videos of secret meetings with her. Every meeting, every drive, all of it.
You were using the company car for your affair? During work hours? On company time?
The audio was recorded too. Our scenic night drives, all of it. Every conversation. Everything we did.
Wow, evidence from an unexpected angle. You really are stupid, aren't you? Did you think no one would find out?
Then the president and department head were furious, saying they never want to use that car again and I have to pay for it. They're telling me to buy a brand new replacement. They watched the footage, all of it. Everyone saw.
My, that's going to cost you several thousand more dollars, on top of my settlement. Looks like you'll need those organs after all.
Of course I'm fired. I'm about to be unemployed. Yet I have to pay thousands in different directions. It's absolutely impossible. So please have mercy. I'll have nothing left.
I'd rather show mercy to my dinner than you. I have zero sympathy for cheaters. You chose this every step of the way, every decision. Was she worth it?
But can't we work something out? What about all our time together? The good memories, 3 years together.
Just wait quietly until I return. I'll bring back your divorce papers along with my souvenirs. I enjoyed my France trip to the fullest. At Sarah's house, there was an apology note for her stupid brother, along with some spending money and a list of recommended local restaurants, in case anything happened. I enjoyed the trip while feeling grateful for Sarah's kindness. After returning, I immediately divorced Nick. With Sarah's help, I received the full settlement amount I wanted in one payment. Nick, who was fired from his company and disowned by his family, is apparently now staying with his mistress, who was also fired and had her engagement broken off, leaving them both penniless.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey, Amy, what's this about suddenly resigning? I just heard from the department manager this morning that you're leaving to get married. Sorry for getting married before you, Sarah. But there's no particular order for getting married, right? I don't care about who gets married before who. I'm just saying that you've only been here for 2 years. You were just assigned to the new project last week. What happened? Oh, that project? I already handed it off to Melissa. This is so sudden. What about the work handover? Actually, I registered my marriage yesterday. I was planning to resign next month, but after getting married, I just lost all motivation to work. So I emailed the department manager this morning about resigning immediately. Without any notice, the team is already understaffed. The timing just worked out this way. You decided this just this morning? Oh, but I did consult with him about it. He said I could quit whenever I wanted. He's such an ideal husband. I'm so happy. Him? Who exactly did you marry? The most wonderful man in the world. Actually, I have questions about this husband of yours. Sure. Want to know about my darling? After the department manager's report, one of your colleagues showed me your social media account. The man in those photos looks exactly like my fiancé. Oh, you saw those. I thought I had blocked you. So you were deliberately hiding it? Yeah, sort of. So you finally found out, huh? I thought I could hide it a bit longer. Those photos. Some are from dates David and I went on. You were following us? Following is such an ugly word. I just happen to see you both sometimes. So it really is David. Why is my fiancé marrying you? Because he chose me, isn't it obvious? We were planning our wedding for the end of the year. He never said anything about breaking up. You should know why without me saying it. David chose me over you, Sarah. I successfully stole my hubby from an annoying senior. What did you say? Are you surprised? Or are you crying because your precious fiancé was stolen by your cute junior? Come on, tell me how you're feeling right now. We've been together since college. 8 years together, and you're telling me you stole him? 8 years is way too long. No wonder he was bored. I'm about to lose my mind with anger at both of you. What do you mean by stole? You knew he was my fiancé and deliberately took him? Of course. I've always loved getting back at people who annoy me. So I stole your precious fiancé. What did I ever do to you? I can't remember doing anything to deserve this. Really? You don't remember all those times you humiliated me in the meetings? I only pointed out mistakes that needed correction. Oh? You were always yelling at me. I understand being jealous of a young and cute me, but using work as an excuse to harass me was terrible. I never harassed you. The only reason I was constantly correcting you was that you barely did your work properly. That's not true. You were just jealous because everyone liked me better. Everyone had to fix your mistakes. I was the only one willing to teach you. What? I did all the work I was assigned. Only the easy tasks you were assigned. Whenever there was anything challenging, you'd make an excuse to avoid it. And when I called you out on it, you get defensive. Trust me, I didn't enjoy having to scold you every day. It's a senior's job to support their juniors. It's your fault for pushing difficult work onto me. You shouldn't have given me tasks that were beyond my capabilities in the first place. That's not how professional development works. You need to learn and grow. You're just bitter because you're getting older and I'm still young and pretty. Excuse me? It's all just jealousy of a cute, talented me, isn't it? An old hack like you had no business dating a CEO anyway. David wasn't a CEO when we started dating. We built everything together. Well, he needs someone young and fresh now that he's successful. How long have you been seeing David? I feel foolish admitting this, but I never noticed anything between you two. About 6 months ago, I guess. I happened to see you walking with your boyfriend one day. I was surprised to see he was quite handsome. And when I looked him up and found out he was a startup CEO, I was amazed. So I decided to steal him right away. Oh, you researched him specifically to take him from me? It was so easy. All I had to do was show interest in his company. How does that lead to stealing him? Well, isn't it annoying? An old lady like you dating such a good-looking guy when you're older than me? Plus, you were always harassing me at work, so I thought I'd teach you a lesson by stealing him. I'm only 4 years older than you, and I've told you I never harassed you. If anything, I was the only one who still cared about you when everyone else had given up. Nobody asked you to. You were just showing off. I spent hours helping you with basic tasks everyone else already knew. Nobody asked you to. Anyway, that's how it is. David and I will be happy together. Please take care of the work I left behind. I made sure to leave plenty for you, Sarah. You deliberately left your work unfinished. Consider it my parting gift. Have fun fixing everything, old lady. David, what is this all about? How could you betray me, your fiancé, and marry someone else? And of all people, my junior colleague?
Oh, so Amy told you already?
You weren't even going to tell me yourself?
I was going to, eventually.
When? After the wedding photos were all over social media?
Look, I'm really sorry about all this, but our family's quite wealthy, and they offered to invest in my company.
You left me for money?
Don't say it like that. It's about business opportunities.
8 years together means nothing compared to money.
It's an important reason, isn't it? Let me ask you, could you invest hundreds of thousands in my company?
No, I couldn't. But I've supported you all this time, haven't I? We've been together since college, and I've been by your side since you started your company.
That was different. The company needs real capital now.
I worked overtime to support us while you were starting up.
Yeah, thanks for all that. Those first few years of the startup were tough. Mostly in the red. Barely making ends meet. Crazy schedules. You really helped me out.
Helped you out? I was your partner.
Come on, don't be so dramatic.
I supported our daily life, even lent you money. It was hard for me too, but I did it because I loved you. And this is how you repay me, with betrayal.
What are you so angry about? I showed my gratitude. Paid back all the money, even added interest. Gave you quite a good sum, didn't I?
You think this is about money.
Isn't it? I paid everything back.
That's not the point. We were engaged, planning to get married at the end of the year. We were supposed to meet each other's parents soon. I even submitted my resignation notice because of our marriage plans.
Huh? You did?
Are you serious? We talked about this for months.
Did we?
You asked me to, remember? You wanted me to be a stay-at-home wife to support you. It was a tough decision to give up my career, but I thought it would be worth it for the person I love. I've already submitted my resignation.
Really? Did I say that? I don't remember at all.
We looked at houses together last month. We talked about having children.
Oh yeah. Well, that was before I met Amy's family.
What am I supposed to do now? What do I tell my parents and friends who were so happy about our engagement? The company has already accepted my resignation. I can't take it back.
Not my problem. Just grovel to the company and ask them to let you stay if you have to.
You're the one who insisted I resign.
Well, plans change. Figure something out.
Don't make it sound so simple. They've already started recruiting my replacement, and I've begun the handover process. At this rate, I'll have to quit and try to get rehired as a part-timer.
Wow, part-time? That's rough. Over 30, lost a fiancé and your career. Your life is pretty much over, huh?
You helped plan all of this. We made these decisions together.
Look, Amy's family can provide what I need right now.
Who do you think is responsible for this? You've completely ruined my life.
You're exaggerating. It's just business.
Just business. We were planning our future together.
Come on, don't be so angry. I'll pay you some compensation for breaking off the engagement. See you around.
You think you can just pay me off?
What else do you want? Money solves everything.
I want the last 8 years of my life back.
That's impossible. Just take the money and move on.
Did any of it mean anything to you?
Look, you were great when I was starting out, but I need someone with connections now.
So I was just convenient until something better came along?
Business is business. Don't take it personally.
I'm shocked. I never expected to run into you here. Why are you even at this wedding? Oh, you were invited to this wedding too, Amy? Of course I was invited. I'm here with my successful husband. I see you haven't changed. Yes, my husband and I are both attending. Oh, I must say the department manager is too generous. She really shouldn't invite such unlucky people to her wedding. Unlucky? You know what I mean. It's bad luck to have someone like you here. Excuse me? Well, you're the pathetic woman who had her fiancé stolen by a junior colleague. If it were me, I wouldn't want someone like that at my wedding. I don't know what the department manager was thinking inviting you. Funny. I was wondering why you're here. You quit a year ago. The department manager wouldn't normally invite an ex-employee. Things are different for me. I'm a CEO's wife now. Is that the only identity you've got left now? Actually, David and I were invited by the groom. Oh, really? You sound surprised. Did you think we weren't important enough? I'm just curious about the connection. Yes, the groom is also a CEO, and he knows David through business. And since the bride is my former department manager, we decided to attend as a couple. That's right, I heard the groom is taking over his family's company after the wedding. I had no idea he knew David. David knows all the important people now. We're always attending fancy parties. How nice for you. This is exactly what a CEO's wedding should be like. It's so luxurious and beautiful. I've been looking forward to it. But running into Sarah here ruins everything. A part-timer like you should just go home. You seem very confident about my employment status. Everyone knows what happened to you. Excuse me? David told me everything about what happened a year ago. You had already submitted your resignation notice, right? And you couldn't take it back, so you had to be rehired as a part-timer. Lost your career and your man. Oh, what a pitiful old woman you've become. Ugh. You seem quite interested in my career. I just love how things turned out. You were so proud at work, always acting superior. Well, these kinds of events are usually only for full-time employees. How shameless of you to show up at such a fancy wedding. What business does a part-time old hag have at the department manager's wedding? You must have come to the wrong place. Go home. As a board member, I need to congratulate my employee. I've even been asked to give a speech at the wedding, so I don't need to leave. What? Board member? You're lying. Why would I lie? What do you mean? You're supposed to be a part-timer. How could you possibly be a board member? What do you mean by that? You're right, I could have ended up as a part-timer. They'd already hired my replacement, and I'd done more than half the handover. But the department manager saved me. The department manager? She was there when I needed help the most. What do you mean she saved you? After everything that happened, I immediately went to the department manager to beg for my resignation to be withdrawn. It was embarrassing, but I explained about the broken engagement. She was incredibly supportive and fought for me with upper management to get my resignation withdrawn. That's impossible! I heard our company never allows resignation withdrawals. There's an interesting story about that, actually. What story? Actually, your sudden departure helped. The company was in a tough spot because you left so abruptly. They decided to use my replacement to fill your position instead. That's how I was able to stay. What? I hate that you're saying that I helped you somehow. Life has a funny way of working out, doesn't it? This isn't how things were supposed to go. Thanks to many people's help, I managed to keep my career. But then, the department manager faced her own crisis. She was struggling to continue working while caring for her elderly parents. So, wanting to repay her kindness, I threw myself into implementing workplace reforms. That effort got recognized, and now I'm a company executive. Executive? That's an incredible promotion. Quite a change from the part-timer you imagined, isn't it? But how? It's only been a year. I'd always wanted to reform our company's work practices. While our company offers good pay and interesting work, it was really difficult to take extended leave for caregiving or childcare. We were losing talented employees because of it, which hurt the company. So, I created an environment where everyone could work efficiently while maintaining their work-life balance. You did all that in just 1 year? When you focus on work instead of stealing people's fiancés, It's amazing what you can accomplish. That's... I had to move quickly. We might have lost the department manager otherwise. I worked incredibly hard. While she was on extended care leave, I was promoted to executive. By the time she returned, I apologize, but I had become her superior. What? Quite a shock, isn't it? This can't be true. But the department manager is such a generous person. She didn't care about the hierarchy at all. She was genuinely happy for me, saying, "Thank you for working so hard for the company. Now that everything has settled down, she's finally getting married. It's wonderful to see someone who's helped you so much find happiness." I can't believe you became such a high-ranking executive. I was planning to mock you as a pathetic old woman, but life rarely goes as planned, doesn't it? This isn't fair. I'm supposed to be the successful one. Oh, feel free to mock me if you want. However, the department manager and I are quite close now, both professionally and personally. I've also become good friends with her fiancé, James, too. Really? By mocking me, you're insulting the friend of the bride. As David's wife, you should understand your position and choose your words carefully. Well... Now, let's both enjoy the wedding. We should properly celebrate this wonderful couple.
Please, Sarah, help us convince the bride. We're about to get kicked out of the wedding venue.
You're messaging me for help now?
Please, it's urgent.
What, getting kicked out by the bride? What did you do?
This is all a misunderstanding.
Really? What kind of misunderstanding?
We didn't do anything. But, well, you're close with the bride and groom, right? And they know about our broken engagement.
Yes, they know everything.
Everything?
Yes, I told them everything when I asked to withdraw my resignation. The department manager cried for me as if it had happened to her.
That's why she's acting this way.
What do you mean?
We were invited by the groom, so the bride didn't know we would be here. When she found out we were here, she said she doesn't want to see our faces and wants us to leave.
I see the problem.
Can't you talk to her, for old time's sake?
Old time's sake? That's interesting coming from you.
Please, Sarah, I really need to stay at this wedding. She's adamant that she wants us out.
I can't believe she said that for me.
The groom says that since she's supposed to be the star of the wedding, he wants to prioritize her wishes. He asked if we could both leave and let them celebrate in peace.
Oh, even the groom wants you to leave? I thought he invited you.
He did, but his bride is more important right now.
I see. Well, if both the bride and groom are asking, you'll have to leave.
What?
You heard me.
Just like that? You won't even try to help?
Goodbye, David. Don't worry, I'll pass on your congratulations to the newlyweds.
It can't be that simple. I've staked my company's future on today's wedding. I absolutely cannot leave. I need the groom to introduce me to other guests.
What?
Please, you have to understand.
So this wedding is just a business opportunity for you?
The truth is, my company's starting to fail. We launched a new venture this year, but it was a massive failure. The banks might stop our loans, and I desperately need to make connections for funding.
So that's why you came to the wedding.
It's not just that. I really respect the groom.
Really? How long have you known him?
Of course I want to congratulate them too. The groom has given me lots of business advice and helped me many times. I genuinely want to celebrate their marriage. But I also want him to introduce me to other guests. His family's company is huge, with lots of valuable connections.
Using someone's wedding for networking. How typical of you.
What's wrong with that? Everyone does it.
You don't need to make connections here. You have a wealthy wife, don't you? If you're struggling with funding, just ask her family.
I can't. They stopped helping us.
Oh?
They refuse to give any more money.
Oh, really?
They've already provided nearly $800,000 in support. We can start the new venture thanks to their help.
That's quite a sum to lose.
The venture had potential. It just didn't work out as planned.
But that venture failed spectacularly. No wonder they don't want to provide more support, even if you're the daughter's husband.
You don't understand how serious this is.
I understand perfectly.
Please help us. I can't miss this opportunity. Please convince the bride to let us stay.
I respectfully decline.
What?
Did I stutter?
After everything we've been through?
I believe guests should help make the main character's day special. So I absolutely won't help with anything that upsets him. Now, the exit is that way. Please leave.
Sarah, please, for old time's sake.
You already tried that line. It didn't work then either.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Goodbye, David. I hope you find the funding you need somewhere else. Please, Sarah, won't you do business with David's company? Excuse me? I know I'm the last person who should ask you for help. You're right about that. But please, we really need your help. What brought this on? Please help us. David's company is in serious trouble. After we got kicked out of the wedding, he came home with such a serious face and confessed about the company's losses. The new venture has put us nearly $1 million in the red. Oh, so he finally told you, too. You knew about this? David mentioned it at the wedding. I had no idea it was this bad. I knew things weren't going well lately, but he says the company will go bankrupt at this rate. That must be quite a shock for you. My family has already refused to help anymore. I heard about that, too. That's why I'm begging you. Please help David's company. Give us some work, some good business deals, anything. What a vague request. I know we don't deserve your help. You certainly don't. But you're our last hope. You wouldn't want David's company to go bankrupt either, right? I heard you supported him from the very beginning. You wouldn't want to see a company with such memories fail, would you? Well, I do have mixed feelings about it. Then please help, for old time's sake. Interesting how both you and David tried to use old times when you need something. So please help David's company. You're in such an important position now. It would be easy for you to give us some work, right? Well, you could save us all with just one contract. I could, technically. But because of my position, it's absolutely impossible. I will never do business with David's company. Why not? David would work hard at any job you give him. Like he worked hard at being faithful? That's different. This is business. I refuse to work with people who casually betray others and abandon their fiancés, especially those who show no remorse. So, while I appreciate the business inquiry, I must decline. But there's more. More? Besides, the CEO's wife is also quite problematic. She's the one who stole someone's fiancé, was an arrogant junior employee, and left behind mountains of unfinished work that was incredibly difficult to handle. Just having such a CEO's wife makes the company untrustworthy. That was in the past. The past shapes the present. I've changed. I understand now how serious this is. Only because you're in trouble. About that, I never thought things would turn out like this. Of course not. You thought you'd live happily ever after with your stolen CEO. I know I was wrong. Do you? Or are you just saying that because you need help? Please, we're desperate. I never thought I'd be betrayed by my junior colleague and fiancé either. But look how far I've climbed since then. I'm sure you two can manage somehow too. I can't help you, but good luck working together. Sarah, please, I'll do anything. Anything except turn back time and undo your betrayal. to lose everything. Sometimes that's what it takes to learn valuable lessons. Sarah, did you hear about David's company? The bankruptcy? Yes, I saw the news. I heard it was even worse than they let on. What do you mean? Apparently, they had over $2 million in debt hidden from their investors. That explains why the bank stopped all loans. I heard Amy's family is furious about losing their investment. They invested quite a lot, didn't they? Nearly $800,000. All gone. They're refusing to help with the bankruptcy payments. So what's happening with them now? Amy's working multiple jobs. My friend saw her at 3 different places in one day. Really? Convenience store in the morning, waitressing in the afternoon, office cleaning at night. Quite a change from being a CEO's wife. David's working 2 jobs too. Apparently they're both working themselves to the bone. I doubt that they're getting any sleep. That must be difficult. Remember how they behaved at my wedding? Apparently that wasn't unusual for them. So their reputation caught up with them. They burned too many bridges. No one trusts them anymore. It's interesting how things work out sometimes. By the way, remember that workplace reform program you implemented? Yes. The board just approved expanding it company-wide. You're getting another promotion. Really? That's wonderful news. You deserve it. You turned your setback into an opportunity to help out others. Unlike some people who had everything handed to them and still failed. I heard Amy actually tried to apply for a job here as a part-timer. What did you tell her? That we don't hire people who abandon their work without proper handover. Karma really does come full circle, doesn't it? Indeed, success built on betrayal rarely lasts. News of David's company going bankrupt was in the news for barely a couple of days. And I heard a lot about their current lifestyle from the department manager. But it wasn't long before the media and our mutual acquaintances lost interest in gossiping about David and his wife. All I know is that David was left with substantial debt as a result of the bankruptcy. And Amy's life transformed dramatically from that of a leisurely CEO's wife to one of depression and pinching pennies. She now works multiple temp jobs and part-time positions from morning until night. I heard along the grapevine that both of them survive on just 2 hours of sleep daily as they struggle to repay their debts. As for me, I've learned an important lesson from their experience. That I should cherish the people who have helped me along my path to success. If I ever need help in the future, I can be sure to rely on them once more.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.